Hey, welcome back. Today I'm going to talk about legacy being currency. So it's a prosperity concept that we are going to kind of unfold a little bit because legacy is currency kind of on a mission. And so when we think about what is legacy, um, legacy is that you understand that you are leaving a legacy every day, that everything that you do is also leaving a legacy of what's left behind you. So we talked about that circle, that if you look at, right, what are we magnifying out in the world? This is what we're magnifying out in the world. And if we put you on the middle of that circle, right, we have everything that's behind you, everything that's in on either side of you, and everything that's forward from you. We are actually pushing out in all directions at all times. So when we think about legacy, it's also what are you leaving? It is a declaration of substance. So I do want you to think about legacy today, and I've given you some other materials that you can utilize to do that. But I want to think about legacy not as a physical item, that it's not necessarily money, but it is what are the emotional, intellectual, the aid, the contribution that you can give from the station of prosperity, because that's where you're going to be leading from, right? That's why you're here, is that how can you be more prosperous in every way that you are thinking and acting and doing? And how do we leave a legacy, right? How does everything we do today actually end up behind us as currency that someone else can use tomorrow? And when we look at a lifetime of currency, it means that we're going to share, we're going to trust, and we're going to reward the people around us in a way to think about things, that we will help them from our space of being well within and our space of having a deep well. So when you have a deep well, it's easy to give. It's easy to help. It's easy to guide. It's easy to do a lot of things. I'll tell you what legacy isn't in prosperity. It's not scraps. It's not the garbage that's left over. It's not the odds and ends. It's not the pipe resin of life. It's not this little stuff. Legacy is a piece that I need you to think about as a declaration of substance that you will consider utilizing your life force, your deep well, all of the things that are coming into you as food and fuel for who you are, and consider that as a declaration of substance that is a legacy of currency that you will put into the world. And that is around a lot of times aid, contribution. It is around preparation. It is preparing people with competence, that they need help. They need to be able to have all the things that happened for you that made you so great. They need that bulletproof vest that you create in the world. So when we think about the legacy that you're leaving, it's not punishment. It's not peril. It's not talking about injury. It's not talking about worry. It's not being a coward. It's not standing in disbelief. These are not the currencies that you want to trade on. And many people are trading on victimhood. That is their legacy, that they're trading on pain as their legacy, or they're trading on bad judgment as their legacy, addiction as their legacy. There are a lot of things that are not really the what's the word? They're not really the strengths finder of the world as the currency that they're leaving behind. So when you're thinking about the legacy that you are, that declaration of substance, that I will be the person that endows, right, a path or a pattern or makes an investment into everyone around me, into my community, into my marriage, into my relationships, into my family, into the person next door, into a belief system. There's a lot of things that you are going to look at. So when we're talking about legacy today, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to kind of think about, right, what are the gifts? What is the safe house of you? And what is the currency that you're trading on? And when you think about that, it's not these earthly possessions. I'm really talking about the thing that's harder, the honorarium that you're granting because you are well within. That it's easy to share. It's easy to be gracious. It's easy to be someone who can prepare another for hardship. I was talking to someone the other day, and she was really upset. She was so upset, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, I just need a Mickey call." And she was far away from home, that her life had changed a lot, but something was bothering her. So she says, "Oh my gosh, would you consider a quick call? I just need a little bit of Mickey magic." Of course I call. I call instantly. Like, tell me what's going on. And what was going on is actually that she was questioning her legacy. That she had poured into this child of hers who was making, plenty of mistakes and doing it wrong, and in a quandary. And we worry. And one of the things that I reminded her was, trust your legacy. Trust what you've already poured in to the people around you, and now pour in some more. And pour in to the people around you as if what you were giving was all they had to manufacture a life with. Because that is the truth. That is the truth. That what you are pouring into those relationships that are closest to you need that. They need that, that stability of thought, of identity, of who they are. They need better words. They need the tools that you bring, because you're kind of brilliant, and you know a lot of brilliant people, and you've seen a lot of brilliant things, as well as you've seen a lot of stupid things, and a lot of things that don't work, and a lot of things that were really kind of awful, kind of blah, blah, blah. So you know how it looks when it's terrible, when it just feels like debris and leftovers and scraps, and we're not going to really give you any time of day. You know what garbage feels like. You know what it feels like to feel that someone is always unavailable to you. You know what that garbage looks like. We're not there to magnify from that point. We're there to understand that our legacy is that we build currency, that we build a declaration of substance with the people around us, that we pour into them the things that they need in aid and contribution. We pour into them from a station of prosperity. I am well within. I have plenty within. I can take this moment and guide with you. And do you want my guidance? Right. One of the first things that I say to people is that, let me hear what you see, and if there's anything in my mind that can help you, then you get to decide if you want that help or not. Right? They get to choose. They get to choose. But I get to choose my legacy, and you get to choose your legacy. And that legacy for you is currency, and it is solid gold. So if you are skipping pennies of garbage, stop doing that. Stop doing that. Start really, really valuing what your legacy is. And that starts with defining it. What are the good things that you are? What is the magic and the purpose of you being here? If your legacy is that you love words, then help with words. If your legacy is your voice, then lead with song. If your legacy is that you are clever or funny or talented or you are, a parkour graduate, then lead with these things. Lead with these things, because this is your currency. You're already rich. You're already rich. And as you do the work, as you do more and more prosperity work, you will be constantly reminded at how fertile and rich and abundant an open heart can be. And that is my wish for you. So today, pay attention to your currency, hand it out. You are rich. You got a bank full of pride. You got a bank full of love. You got a bank full of past experience. You got a bank full of healing. You got a bank full of it all. Give it away. Give it away to people who will value it. Give it away to people as if you were truly a billionaire every morning with a new billion, because you are. All right. Thanks so much. I'll see you tomorrow.